आतंकवाद का पॉलिटिकल टूल के रूप में इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, उन्हें ये समझना होगा कि आतंकवाद उनके लिए भी उतना ही बड़ा खतरा है।
पाकिस्तान की सारी हेकड़ी निकाल दी, उसे कटोरा लेकर दुनिया भर में घूमने के लिए मैंने मजबूर कर दिया।
Terrorism, economic catastrophe, protests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, shambles of the 1971 disaster, monumental 1999 blunders, geopolitical mess amid Russia-Ukraine war. Pakistan is facing an existential crisis, and the Islamic nation's annus horribilis has begun.
Pakistan has learned its lesson. We had 3 wars with India, 3. And the consequence of those wars, as a result, it only brought more miseries,
to the
unemployment,
two nations,
poverty, and millions were demoted from their level of satisfaction to a lower level of satisfaction.
Pakistan is in deep trouble. It's reaping what it had sown. For decades, it has exported terror to India as part of a doctrine propounded by General Zia to bleed India through 1,000 cuts. Now chickens are coming home to roost. The economic fortunes of India and Pakistan, the two uncomfortable neighbors, couldn't be any farther apart than the situation today. An economic crisis comes around every few years in Pakistan, born out of an economy that produces just enough and spends too much. But this time, it's beyond repairs. Things couldn't be as horrible if the economic front was the only one where Pakistan was struggling. Along with the economy's collapse, the country is also struggling with extremists like Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan and Baloch rebels, pounding the nation.
नमाजियों के ऊपर मस्जिद के अंदर इबादत के वक्त जो है कत्लेआम जो है ना हिंदुस्तान में होता है ना इजराइल में होता है, जो दुश्मन है हमारे, लेकिन पाकिस्तान में होता है, जहां पे जितने फिरके हैं उतनी दीनी जमातें हैं और वो सियासत में हिस्सा लेती हैं। लेकिन ये एक ऐसा सानिया है कि हमें उसी तरह जिस रिजॉल्व के साथ आज से 5, 6, 7 साल कबल या 10 साल कबल जो है 11-12 में एक कौमी यकजहती के साथ जिस रिजॉल्व का इजहार हुआ था, उस किस्म का रिजॉल्व जो है उसकी फिर जरूरत है। जनाब वाला, मैं लंबी बात नहीं करूंगा, लेकिन मुख्तसरन कि ये जो दहशतगर्दी है, इसका शुरू में जो बीज थे वो हमने खुद बोए।
For Pakistan, 2023 has gotten off with a very rocky start, and the outlook is expected to get bleaker over the coming months. The financial crisis has escalated to an extent that the government auctioned a Pakistani embassy property in the US a few days ago. As Pakistan is still staring at IMF to release $1.1 billion of the $6 billion package, the International Monetary Fund approved loans of $4.7 billion to Bangladesh for disbursal starting immediately. Pakistan already owes its mentors, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, a huge debt of gratitude, and now, with IMF's reluctancy, Pakistan is left in a fiscal chokehold. The IMF delegation has been in Islamabad since January 31st, but is yet to agree with Pakistani officials on how much money the country needs to avoid defaulting and external payment obligations.
Hillary Clinton was visiting Pakistan, Islamabad, and Hina Rawani Khan was a minister at that time, and I think standing next to her, Hillary Clinton actually said that if you have, I'm giving you the sense, it's not an exact quote, that if you have snakes in your backyard, you can't expect them to bite only your neighbors. eventually they will bite the people who keep them in the backyard. But as you know, Pakistan is not great on taking good advice, and you see what's happening there.
Ukraine's relation with Pakistan has always been about weapons, and Islamabad has been one of the most loyal customers of Kiev. And now, despite internal crisis and political chaos, to prove its loyalty, Islamabad is ready with its secret military aid to Ukraine to please the West. And amid Pakistan turning into a classic example of Faustian bargains, the Vladimir Putin administration has strangled its defense ties with Pakistan in favor of friend India. On January 30, Pakistan Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto visited Moscow to intensify Islamabad's defense and trade cooperation with Russia. And amid Islamabad's fantasy to double-date the West and Russia at the same time, Kremlin firmly made it clear that India is the only friend they trust and Russia would never do anything detrimental to India.
I have requested yesterday my brother, His Highness President Mohammed bin Zayed, that he's a brother of Pakistan and UAE is a brotherly country. He also has good relation in India. He can play a very important role to bring the two countries on the talking table. And I give my word of honor that we will be talking to Indians with sincerity of purpose. But it takes two to tango.
Yes.
It takes both hands must clap.
In an unexpected turn of events, Pakistan's close allies, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, have asked Islamabad to forget Kashmir issue. As per reports, Pakistan's Muslim brothers have clearly told Islamabad to forget Kashmir and to end the dispute by ensuring friendship with India. Pakistan's brothers have also advised to stop quote-unquote crying unnecessarily over India's decision to end the special status of J&K. When Pakistan PM Shahbaz Sharif held bilateral discussions with UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan during a recent visit to the UAE, Pak PM refrained from raising Kashmir-related issues during the talks. And in a huge diplomatic embarrassment, in the joint statement released by the UAE, there was no mention of Kashmir either. The frightening situation in Pakistan is causing concern throughout the world and serves as a warning to nations that foster extremism, support terrorism, lack growth and development strategies. And countries like Pakistan are destined to fall.